Okay. So good morning. So this is our first session for telemedicine. So the first topic here is what? Telemedicine, Introduction to Telemedicine, and Digital Health Foundation. This is for your telemedicine course. As I mentioned to you last week, digital health and telemedicine goes hand in hand. How would the doctor see what's happening to the patient without a real-time monitor on his side also? The doctor is in Timbuktu, you are in Fiji, they can see. Like in NASA, astronauts, right? Can see what's happening to the NASA can see what's happening to the astronauts. Yes. So that is your digital health and telemedicine now. So these are your contents showing you from the history. Okay. Take out that assessment and reading and teaching and learning strategies. And these are your objectives. At the end of this lecture, you'll be learning these objectives. Without further ado, let's start. History and evolution of telemedicine. Let's ask, Wilkinson or Jerrison? Okay, Jerrison. Why the class in unison, Jerrison, and Jerrison said Wilkinson? Okay, Jerrison. No. I just would like to know. When do you think that telemedicine started? Don't worry. I'll be asking also Wilkinson next. They won't tell you. We have discussed this last week. No, just give a good guess. Ah? Again? What did he said? No, I did not age. I did not hear it. What did you say? Jefferson, we won't be moving until you answer it. When did telemedicine started? What was that? What was that? Is that a chat GPT? Am I right? What's that? Gemini, Siri. Okay. When did no. Go. I would like to know what's their answer. When did telemedicine started? No problem. Again, I don't get angry at you using your laptop, your AI, as long as it's correct. But then again, I don't get angry. Go. 2001. Thank you. Williamson. When? Sorry, I can't. 2000. Zero. Zero, right? Zero. 2050. 1950. Whoa. 1950. Who is among you correct? None. Who is more nearer? Zero, right? Okay, what did I told you? When did it started? Again? Stone Age. The time of the cavemen. If someone is sick, they cannot travel to the doctor, so someone will be traveling for them. But now, the traveling part is gone. What happened? Yes, monitor. Digital monitor. Telephone. If you have Google Meet, Zoom, well and good. I think I'll give you an example. Sorry, I cannot show you the example now because the camera is broken. No, my mom's camera is broken. I showed them last week an example of telemedicine wherein I am looking at my mom who got stroke last October, a day before my birthday. Yes. So telemedicine may feel like a modern innovation, but it actually has a long and fascinating history. The idea of delivering one across distance began as soon as communication technologies allowed information to travel faster than people could. Early physicians used telegraph to transmit medical advice, and later radio systems were used to support ships, rural clinics, and remote communities. As each new communication technology emerged, telephone lines, satellite, the internet, broadband, mobile network, telemedicine involved alongside it. What changed over time wasn't the goal, but the tools. The desire to reach patients wherever they are has always been there. One of the most significant contributors to the development of telemedicine was NASA, as I told you, because astronauts needed medical support while orbiting the Earth. So NASA pioneered remote physiological monitoring system capable of tracking vital signs and transmitting them in real time. This early innovation laid the foundation for many of the remote monitoring tools we now use in everyday healthcare, such as wearable sensor. Anyone here wearing smartwatches? Hello? You're wearing... Ah, yes, because last time you told me no one's wearing a health watch, smartwatch. Now there's a smart ring and a smart glasses. They forgot to invent one thing, a smart brain. But to tell you frankly, I don't believe that brain is not smart. You have your own kind of smartness. Am I right? Yes. This is the second time I heard him say yes. Did you is that your New Year's resolution? Not to say no? See, third time. Smartwatches, home-based chronic disease monitoring, and continuous data transmission from medical devices. NASA essentially proved that high-quality medical oversight could happen even when the patient was thousands of miles away. And during the COVID-19 pandemic became a turning point for telemedicine worldwide. Almost overnight, health system had to shift from traditional in-person care to virtual care to maintain continuity while minimizing infection risk. What would normally have taken years of gradual adoption happened in a matter of weeks. Government updated regulation, clinician adapted workflow, and patients become comfortable with virtual visits out of necessity. This rapid acceleration pushed telemedicine from a niche service into a mainstream, essential component of healthcare delivery. Today, many of the changes introduced during the pandemic have remained because they improve access, efficiency, and patient convenience. So the term telemedicine, telehealth, and digital health represents but interrelated concept within the broader domain of technology-enabled healthcare. Let's start. Seru, what is telemedicine? Yes, I won't be speaking until you answer the question. So if I fell asleep, I'm sorry. Zero. Again, clinical care. You missed the first part. I agree. Clinical care. What's the first part? Remote clinical care. Good. What do you mean by remote? What do you mean by remote? It's unfair if I ask the others, right? You defined remote. So it means you say you know remote. What do you mean by remote? Give me a remote. Example for a remote. Device. Like what? Huh? What do you call that in the TV? What do you call that device in the TV with a remote? Remote? Remote control. Why do you call it remote control? Ah? Again. Remote. Remember, you're sitting here, you're watching there, and you can change the channel, right? From a distance. So, give me a good definition now for telemedicine. Sorry, again. You gave the definition in staggered. Now give me the real definition of telemedicine from that definition you gave. Again? Louder. What is remote? Okay, you cannot say remote clinical care from a distance. It's a redundant definition for telemedicine. Either from a distance or a remote. From a distance, remote clinical care from a distance treatment. Okay? You're now giving a more confusing, more redundant definition. Give me a simple definition of telemedicine. Noelin. It's not controlling, but monitoring of. No. I heard her words. Monitoring of in distance. Or what is this sign when I say this? Looking or looking or observing of. What is telemedicine again? Okay, good. So providing clinical services, observing when the patient and the healthcare provider are geographically separated. Not divorced, separated only. Or not annulled. Its defining characteristic is the remote execution, distance execution of core clinical function, including assessment, decision making, and management through communication technologies that substitute for physical proximity. Now, next, what is telehealth? If you think that I don't see what my slide is showing, I can see my slide, but you need to give me a good definition for that. What is telehealth? Did you know what's good in this PowerPoint system now? I have a teleprompter. You know what a teleprompter is? It's like carrying a cue cards, but that cue cards is moving or stopping whenever I stop reading. The signal is when I look at in front of my camera, my eyes locks with the camera. The teleprompter will tell me what are the keywords I need to tell you. So what is telehealth? Again, the use of technology, I can accept that. No, I can accept that. The use of technology providing care in a distance. So while it includes telemedicine, it extends beyond direct clinical encounters to incorporate a wide range of remote health related function that supports the delivery, coordination, and administration of care. This may involve professional communication, health system operation, education, and other activities that contributes to healthcare delivery without constituting a clinical encounter. Telehealth, therefore, represents a more comprehensive framework for understanding how remote modalities integrate into health system. Next, digital health. What is digital health? Digital medicine. Those are watch. What do you call that? So what do you call that? They call it wearables. You know what wearable means? Okay. Because if you don't know what wearable I'll be giving you, you're looking for somewhere. So digital health constitutes of the most expansive category. It refers to the full ecosystem of digital technology, data infrastructure, and informatic tools that underpin modern telehealth or modern healthcare, sorry. These include platforms that enables remote care system that supports clinical decision making and technologies that facilitates health monitoring, data management, and patient engagement. Question: where can you find the data? 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 No. Did you know even if your phone is erased, the data is still there? Where can you find the data? Clouds, right? In the clouds. Let's see. Yes, but in order to upload it into the cloud, you need to open the window, right? No, I agree with that. You need to open the window. Remember, your laptop has Windows. But I said open the window. Am I still with you? Digital health integrates principles from information technology, data science, and health system designed to enhance efficiency, accessibility, and quality of healthcare. It provides the technological foundation upon which both telemedicine and telehealth operate. Telepresence, on the other hand, is just a technology saying that I'm here, even I am in another country. So distinguishing this term is essential for conceptual clarity, policy development, and the design of health system intervention. So telemedicine denotes the clinical act. Telehealth denotes the broader service environment, and digital health denotes the technological and informational structure that enables and connects them. So, core components of telemedicine. Telemedicine functions effectively only when there is coordinated integration across clinical, technical, and operational domains. The clinical domains encompasses the processes of assessment, decision making, documentation, and continuity of care, all of which must be adapted to a remote environment. Without compromising professional standards, the technical domain involves the digital infrastructure that enables remote interactions, including communication platform data, transmission system, and device interoperability. The operational domain includes workflow design, scheduling, patient onboarding, support mechanism, and the organizational structure that ensure telemedicine service are delivered consistently and efficiently. For telemedicine to be sustainable and trustworthy, why am I out of breath? For telemedicine to be sustainable and trustworthy, the domains must operate in alignment. This coordination ensures that clinical activities are supported by reliable technological system. Technologia. How do you pronounce that again? Technologia. Technologia. So this coordination ensures that clinical activities are supported by reliable technological system and embedded within operational process that facilitates smooth delivery. Within this framework, reliability, usability, and safety become essential principles. Reliability ensures that systems function consistently without interruption. Usability ensures that interfaces and processes are intuitive and do not impose unnecessary cognitive or procedural burdens on clinicians or patients. Safety ensures that remote care adheres to established standards of clinical quality data protection and risk mitigation. Together, these elements forms the foundation of telemedicine service that is clinically sound, technologically robust, and operationally coherent. So, telemedicine service types encompasses several distinct modes of remote healthcare delivery, each characterized by nature of the interaction, the timing of information exchange, and the type of clinical activity being performed. One major modality involves synchronous communication in which the clinician and patient engage in real-time interaction supported by audiovisual technologies. This format replicates many elements of an in-person encounter and enables immediate clinical assessment, dialogue, and decision making. Another modality is what? Remote acquisition and transmission of physiological or clinical data for ongoing monitoring. This is the one that I was telling you. The patient is in Fiji, the doctor is in US, but he can see the heart rate, the blood pressure, what else? The vital signs. Actually, anything that you put there, even blood sugar, if there is a blood sugar monitoring remotely. But I know there is. I have seen one. In this model, patient-generated health information is collected through designated device and transmitted to healthcare providers for interpretation, trend analysis, and clinical oversight. This approach supports longitudinal management, early detection of deterioration, and continuity of care for individuals requiring regular observation. The third modality operates through asynchronous communication in which clinical information is captured, documented, and transmitted for later review by a healthcare professional. This allows clinicians to evaluate data, images, or report without the need for simultaneous interaction, enabling efficient triage, diagnostic support, and specialist input. Asynchronous systems are particularly valuable in settings where timely access to expertise is limited or where workflow optimization is required. Together, these modalities illustrate the breadth of telemedicine practice and demonstrate how remote care can be structured to meet diverse clinical needs. Each modality contributes to a comprehensive digital care ecosystem by supporting real-time encounters, continuous monitoring, and deferred specialist evaluation within an integrated remote framework. In short, okay, the services of the telemedicine, teleconsultation in real time. For example, give me a country, Australia, and I'm in Fiji. You're asking consultation and I can give you in real time, right? Next, telemonitoring. This is vital signs. Uh, Observing the vital signs of the patient, the doctor who is in Fiji and the patient is in Australia or vice versa. And lastly, those that is those data for telemonitoring is saved in the cloud. So if the doctor wants to go back to review, they can access that. I have seen, when was that? Around around 2011, 2012, and 2013. I have seen something like that all of the results are in the computer for the patient. But I was the company doctor that time. Yes, I became a company doctor while I was a pathologist. So every time I tell my patient, if you don't follow me, don't worry. My specialization is a pathologist. So if you don't follow me, you'll definitely go to my to my main specialization, which is a pathologist, which I will autopsy you. So patient follows my directives when they hear autopsy, right? Do you want to be autopsied? Someone said yes. Who was that? Jerryson! Is that you, Jerryson? You're saying yes now? Jerryson, I have a question. Why did you not pursue to MBBS? Yes, I think the remote is over there. And the next other room. Can I continue while principle of virtual communication? Effective virtual communication is not an automatic extension of in-person interaction. It requires deliberate and sustained effort to ensure clarity, professionalism, and therapeutic presence in remote settings. Communicative cues that are naturally conveyed through physical proximity must be consciously introduced through digital means. This include what? Intentional modulation of voice. Modulation Modulation of voice. You understood what I meant? In short, if you go loud, means you are emphasizing something, and students hasn't noticed that. When I raise my voice when I'm having my lecture, it means to say that is very important to see in your exam. Why? Structured turning, I turn taking. The purpose, yes. When you're communicating to someone, you're not the one only talking. You should be also what? Listening. Am I right? And the purposeful use of visual attention to maintain engagement and convey attentiveness. The clinician must actively construct an environment in which the patient perceives focus, empathy, and competence despite the absence of shared physical space. Several recurrent challenges can undermine the quality of virtual communication if they are not proactively addressed. Poor lighting can obscure facial expression. Yes, in telemedicine, you need to have a well lit area, well lit room. You see the facial expression and diminish clinicians' perceived presence, while background noise can interfere with auditory comprehension and disrupt the flow of encounter. Remember last Friday, right? How many times I left the room just to ask the student beside the room to be quiet. Twice, right? Why? For those who will be watching this, that is the thing that I am worried. If you want to watch it again and there's noise in the room, sometimes you won't be understanding it. Am I right? Inadequate inadequate eye contact, often caused by misalignment between the camera and the screen, can weaken the rapport. If you can see, right, in the video I am looking at you. Am I right? No? Hmm. Can you see that I am looking at you? Hmm. Here, now, in real life, I'm looking at you. I'm not looking at the video. But when you watch it on the video, I'm looking at you. That's why if you need to read out something, you need to put in center of the camera. So your patient will see that the patient that you are looking at the patient. You understood? Even the video should be centered on the camera. So when you're looking at the patient, it's like you're looking at the patient really. You understood? And reduce the sense of interpersonal connection. These issues, although seemingly minor, have measurable effects on communication quality, patient trust, and overall effectiveness of remote clinical interaction. Recognizing and mitigating these pitfalls is therefore essential to maintain the integrity and professionalism of telemedicine encounter. So, what do you need? Rapport and tone. You need to have the patient at ease at you. Eye contact. It's not looking at the eyes of the patient if you are in the computer, but you're looking at the camera, thinking that the patient thinks that you are looking at them. That's the eye contact. But technically, you're looking also at the video that they are sending. Structured questioning, wherein the patient won't be having second thoughts of answering it, your question. How do you confirm understanding? You'll see the patient nodding, right? Or do you understand? See, that question will make you say, if you understand, you say yes. But I know now, Jefferson is not listening when I ask, do you understand? And ensure privacy. Whatever communication you did, it should not be divulged to anyone. Ethical, legal, and safety consideration. So the implementation of telemedicine operates within a defined regulatory environment that's established the standard, obligations, and safeguard necessary for the delivery of remote care. Regulatory frameworks typically address licensure requirements, documentation standard, data governance, and the condition which remote clinical encounters may be conducted. Central to this framework are the principles of privacy, informed consent, and platform security. How do you secure your platform? Password. Remember, you should not give your password to anyone, as I mentioned, and it needs what? 8 characters. Am I right? 8 characters, right? Want me to share my password? So my password is Spider-Man, Batman, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Superman, Robin. What's that? Yes, Green Lantern and Wonder Woman. 8 characters. Now, Jemison, what's your password? Jemison, what's your password? Shh, never share your password. I know that you're giving me a wrong password, right? Shrek. Okay, but I would like to hear what's your 8 characters. No, no, no. Shrek, Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots. 8 characters, right? Privacy requirements ensure that patient information is protected throughout transmission, storage, and access. Informed consent mandates that patient understand the nature of remote care, including its benefits, limitation, and potential risks. Secure platforms are essential to maintaining the integrity and confidentiality of clinical interaction, requiring compliance with established technical and cybersecurity standards. With this regulatory context, clinicians must also determine when remote care is insufficient and escalation to in-person evaluation is necessary. Escalation is required when the limitation of virtual assessment compromise diagnostic accuracy, when physical examination is essential to clinical decision making, or when the patient condition presents safety concerns that cannot be adequately addressed through remote modalities. It is also indicated when technological barriers impede effective communication or when the clinical scenario involves risks that exceed the capacity of telemedicine to manage. The decision to transition from virtual to in-person care is therefore a critical component of safe telemedicine practice, ensuring that patient welfare remains the primary determinant of care modality. So, as I told you, because you are having your patients, what do you call that? Data. It need to be confidential. For example, the two of you are doctors. You should not know the data of his patient and vice versa unless you need to refer it to her. You understood? Any questions? Any questions? None. Why? So this is my quote and these are my references.